Thomas. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, I mostly do videos about books and bookish topics, so if you are interested in that, then you are in the right place. Today I'm filming a bit of a catch-up video just to kind of let you all know where I am so far with my reading goals this year and what I'm currently on number-wise. And I also wanted to do a quick review of the Tea Lovers Advent Calendar that I've been doing. I've been posting little shorts of the Tea Lovers Advent Calendar, opening each one every day. Admittedly, I have been sick and I missed the last 2 days, so I'm filming those today. So that should be like day, I think it's 14 and 15. And then we'll be caught up after that. There's been an awful cold going around, like my husband's work and then my kids as well, so I got hit with like a double whammy of stuff. Oh, it was terrible. Like, I still am not completely over this head cold, but I'm doing a lot better than I was. And so I'm just gonna grab my tea right here, and we're gonna first talk about books and my reading goals for the end of 2023. So it is Friday, December 15th. And my reading goals, my challenge on Goodreads for 2023 was 100 books. I am currently sitting at 88 books. I think that's fantastic. That means I've got to do what? Oh no, 12. I can't do math. So I'm sitting at just needing to read 12 books. And books, I'm also including plays. So that was one of the strategies that I decided to go with, was to include lots of plays into this last bit of the year. So far I have managed to finish out The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran, Salome by Oscar Wilde, which was fantastic. I think it was a great play. Not the greatest play, but I would be very interested in seeing it actually performed, and maybe my opinion of it would be even more raised. I think Oscar Wilde's a genius, but you know, I just think that maybe seeing this actually performed might be interesting. An Old-Fashioned Girl by Louisa May Alcott. The Importance of Being Earnest by Oscar Wilde. I do think Importance of Being Earnest is even better than Salome. There's a lot more going on. There's really more characters. You kind of understand, you understand more about what's going on in that one than you do Salome. Salome is very prophetic, and you have to kind of understand I think the story itself in the Bible perhaps to really get the most out of it. But it was just an interesting thing. But Importance of Being Earnest was very good. Macbeth by William Shakespeare, one of my favorites. So fun. I think that even though it is a tragedy and people die and it's awful everything that goes on in it, it's also very engaging and very fun. The phrasing, how Shakespeare put together these plays, the stories, the plots, just the romanticism of it all. It was just absolutely fantastic. The mysticism of the witches included in that. I really don't think there's a whole lot of magic in a lot of Shakespearean plays. The Tempest and Macbeth are really the only ones I know of that include any kind of magic. So I think that's probably why I love Macbeth so much, and it's so fitting for like October or cold seasons. I just think it's really just wonderful. But Macbeth, great, absolutely fantastic. My Antonia by Willa Cather, sweeping. For such a short book, it tells such a sweeping story, and I really, really enjoyed it. I ranked it a 5-star on my Goodreads, and I was kind of hanging on that, thinking, oh, okay, this might be a 4.5, 5-ish. But now after sitting with it and thinking about it for a while, I'm like, no, this is a 5-star book. This is a fantastic book. I think that everybody should read that book. My Antonia really made me want to read more about the Midwest, the Old West, and the pioneers especially. So the only books that I could really think of that covered that subject matter are Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder. I'm sure there are lots of other books out there that kind of focus on that, but I specifically picked out Little House on the Prairie and read that. It had been forever ago, probably since I was a child, that I read that particular book. Absolutely fantastic book. I think it's good. A little dated, yes, a little dated by, language used, talking about the Native Americans, kind of the fear of the Native Americans that was in there. But that was part of that time, especially in 1883 or 86 when this occurred. Like the actual events of the story were supposed to occur in that time. So I give it a big pass. Also, Laura Ingalls Wilder wrote these in the 30s. So that's another big pass. So anyway, I still think there's a lot to learn from that story, and I think it's still a good morality sort of story. Really good read. I enjoyed it a lot. So what else do I plan on trying to get in here? It is interesting. Oh Pioneers by Willa Cather. I have decided I want to go ahead and read that, and I found out it was a very short book. It's only 159 pages, so it'll be even shorter than my Antonia. I was kind of wanting that coziness from the Laura Ingalls Wilder book, so I may pick up another one of Laura Ingalls Wilder. I didn't read really anything other than Little House on the Prairie, I want to say. I don't even think I read Little House in the Big Woods, which is really the first of those books. So I may end up picking up some more Laura Ingalls Wilder. But what I really picked up, because I saw this recommended on Miranda Mills' channel, she did a cozy reading, a vlog, or her cozy reading group. They did The Blue Castle by L.M. Montgomery, and I have never read an L.M. Montgomery, and this sounded intriguing. And boy, am I enjoying this one. This one is fantastic. If you have not read The Blue Castle, I don't want to even give anything away about The Blue Castle. You will hate some of the characters in this, but you will love how the heroine deals with things, because she is so strong. Like, for being such a small and weak person, she is just so strong in character. I love her to death. So currently on The Blue Castle, also currently on Twelfth Night. I'm actually kind of struggling with Twelfth Night. It's not as fun and whimsical, I guess, as a lot of other Shakespeare's comedies. I'm not really finding it very funny either. I don't know, but it shouldn't take me very long to finish it if I just sit down and finish it. A Midsummer Night's Dream is way more funny, way more witty, has a lot more to say in it, I guess. I don't know, but this one, it's kind of dragging for me, which, it is what it is. So after Twelfth Night, I think that what else I'm going to go ahead and read, I was going to do out of the tragedies, Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, the tragedy of Hamlet, Prince of Denmark, in this edition. And then I think that was all of the tragedies I was going to try and get in. I may decide on something else in here. I'm not sure, but the tragedies. And then out of Shakespeare, I was pretty sure I'm going to try and do 2 more of the comedies. The Taming of the Shrew, perhaps. I've never read The Taming of the Shrew. The Winter's Tale. The Winter's Tale for sure I want to do because, hey, it's winter. I want to read The Winter's Tale. Maybe it's good. The Tempest is actually categorized as a comedy. I didn't know that. That's interesting. There's also Measure for Measure, As You Like It, Much Ado About Nothing, The Merry Wives of Windsor. I might read The Merry Wives of Windsor, actually. That sounds kind of good. I've never read A Midsummer Night's Dream either, but I may read that. Who knows? I've seen it so many times, I know it fairly well. But yeah, it looks like The Merry Wives of Windsor is actually quite short. Out of this edition, it's only got like 30 pages, but 30 pages is a lot in these particular editions. These are the Oxford Shakespeare. This one is the comedies. It comes in a set of 3, the comedies, the tragedies, and the histories. And I mean, this is what the text looks like. It's almost biblical, the way this is set up. And the text itself is quite small. So 30 pages is actually quite a lot of material when you look at it that way. But perhaps we can do this. But yeah, so far in 12th Night, I'm pretty far along. Yeah, I'm halfway through 12th Night. I'm at Act 3, just about. Yeah, I'm just about at Act 3. So anyway, that's kind of the plan for the rest of this month. I've also got For the Wolf by Hannah Whitten on deck. Icefields by Thomas Wharton. That's another short one that I do need to finish this month, and it's good. I enjoy it very much. And I've been picking away at Wolf Hall here and there. Just kind of when I'm feeling like it, I pick up Wolf Hall and I get through maybe a chapter or so. It's long. It's like 700 pages. So I actually don't expect to finish it. I'm probably going to go into 2024 with Wolf Hall. So maybe it doesn't even belong in this video. Who knows? But I love it. It's great. It's dreary. It's horrible. It's just fantastic just for that reason. And it doesn't make me feel that necessarily. It's just kind of black and white, and you feel a little bit bad, but for some reason this book, it's not like killing my soul, if that makes sense. Okay, so I think that wraps up the books. I will talk really quickly about the Fortnum and Mason Tea Lovers Advent Calendar. I will give you my review so far, I suppose. If you have a loved one, somebody you'd want to give this to as a gift, and they're a tea snob, like they get loose leaf tea, they blend their own teas, they order from faraway places on the internet just for specific types of teas, don't get them this. Get them something else. What comes in this particular tea are what Fortnum and Mason carry. They do carry loose leaf tea. If you got them the tea advent calendar that is more expensive than this one, that comes in a wooden box and actual drawers that open, I think it's drawers or little windows that open, that might be a great gift because you get tins of loose leaf tea, and those tins contain enough loose leaf probably for a few ounces of tea, which will, end up giving you like plenty of tea. It takes me a while to get through a couple of ounces of tea usually, because it's just because I have a lot of tea. But I would think that 2 ounces of one type of tea would last me about a week or so. I think that that's what would happen. But this one, don't give it for the tea freak in your life. Just don't do it. They will be disappointed with the selection. There are a few in here that I would not normally purchase in store, so it is nice to kind of try them. Like the Rose Pouchong, I would never have tried that on my own because I don't particularly like floral teas necessarily. But I was glad I tried it because this is actually a floral tea that was pretty good. Because it had the Pouchong in it, which is a type, I think a roasted black, which is pretty dang good. Enjoyed that a lot. I enjoyed the apricot honey lavender infusion. That was tasty. I think that that's something I would actually order from Fortnum and Mason just to have it on hand, especially like during the cold season when you want an herbal tea at night and not be kept up in the morning. And not be kept up at night by the extra caffeine in your system. It's very good. I would definitely use it for that. But I mean, there's a lot in here that you would normally get at the store. Gunpowder green, that's so common. a Darjeeling, that's super common. A Rooibos, that's very common. Countess Grey is common. Earl Grey is common. Jade Oolong is fairly common as well. There's just a lot in here that I would not give this to a tea snob, because they're gonna try it and they're gonna, oh, I've gotten better of this, you know, from another brand or from a particular tea establishment that blends their own teas in-house, or maybe a local place or something like that. I just wouldn't get it for that person. But if you like to try things that are new, and if you know somebody that's kind of into tea but wants to try out some different things, this is definitely the way to go for a Christmas gift, because they end up getting to try a lot of different stuff. I think it's all right. It's not the highest quality tea. They come in these little silk bags. I'll pull one out that I've got to film today anyway. So this one, for instance, is the English Mint, which is just mint in a silk bag. And there you go. I mean, this is what you get. And you see how crushed up it is? This is just what they do with, I'll call it the dregs of what's left of the tea plants. Now this one's mint, of course, but it's just sort of the crushed up bits left over. They collect it all into a thing, and then they just start putting ounces or these small amounts of it into those little bags and then close them up, and then they sell that stuff. So, I mean, it's not the highest grade ever, and so you're not getting high grade tea in this particular Tea Lovers Advent calendar. If you spend more money and you get the tins, I feel like you're gonna get a higher quality tea out of those. So I would be interested in seeing maybe next year, because it does cost money, maybe next year spending the big bucks on the actual Fortnum & Mason Advent calendar, the big wooden one, because I'd like to have the box personally. It's a beautiful box. I'll try and like throw that up here. It's gorgeous. I'd put it out every year and put something different in it every year just for me. But yeah, I think that maybe I'd be interested in seeing next year how it compares to this one, because this was $35 on Amazon, and it may be even the product for last year. I don't know, but I have a feeling the quality of the more expensive one will be higher. So there you go. So I think that that's it for the moment. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to mention, do, whatnot. Not really much. You guys might not hear that much from me over the next couple of weeks. Unfortunately, we are having family members come in for the holiday week. So I'm going to be up to my ears trying to get time for myself and try to calm down, because I don't like a whole lot of group. I don't like holiday parties. I'm that humbug person. I just don't like a lot of people in one place. It makes me uncomfortable, and I have to be on my best behavior, and it's never great. But I always make it through it, and I'm fine. I don't like panic or anything, but I just don't enjoy it, and I get grumpy about it. And then once I get home, all I want to do is just get in my bed and take a nap or go right to bed or something like that. So anywho, we have a holiday party tonight actually, and I'm not looking forward to it. It's for my husband's work. I was this close to just faking continuing to be ill, but I'll be there to support him because I'm a good little wife. Anywho, I think that I will keep plugging away at my reading goals. I don't think it's impossible with only 12 books to go. I think it's doable. Today is the 15th. So if I read like one book every single day until the end of this year, then I'll probably make it. I have some other books that I mentioned in the previous video that I may or may not get to. I'm kind of going with the wind right now, wherever my feelings are taking me. when I read Willa Cather, like I said, I really wanted to read more pioneer stuff because it was fascinating to me at that point. And so I have ended up finding more pioneer books. So I may continue to do that. I may continue to read some Little House on the Prairie. I may decide to pick up something else. I was actually thinking about reading some Christmas stories from Anthony Trollope, actually, as we get closer to Christmas. Yeah, I may end up doing that because I actually quite liked Anthony Trollope's writing. It was all right. Well, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope that you all are having a wonderful holiday season, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, pagan holidays, Yule, the winter solstice, or Kwanzaa. Whatever holidays you celebrate, I hope that you enjoy them. And I hope to see you in another video before 2024, but if not, have a wonderful new year. Thank you. Bye.